What's going on, fam? What's going on? Black Feniks checking in. Just wanted to talk to you about welding to get to the real money. The real money. I feel like when we start out welding, it's to give us a foundation. It's to give us something to build off of. And one cool thing that I love about it and why I promote it so relentlessly is because you don't have to go through the normal chain of commands to actually get involved in it. You don't have to finish high school. You don't have to go to college and get in debt. You don't have to go through a system in order to get established. So I think that using welding, especially for our culture, for the Black natives, African Americans, Black people, I think that it's good for us using welding because you can actually get that and transcend out of the slums. You can actually get a better paying job, you know what I mean? But all of this is actually too also moving out of certain areas. Now you do have rural areas that have great opportunities for welding, so don't get it twisted. But a lot of times you have to move out of small places to really get established. But I will say this, that's just a stepping stone once you get the skill in. Because we got to remember, it's still earned income, family. If you're working for someone or if you're being your own boss and you're physically going out working, even when you're physically going out working, there's a lot involved in it for you to really see the real money. And one thing I have learned, fam, up to this point is that it's products over talent. Like, it's so important that we think this way, that we transcend thinking just working for the money and transcend us thinking of us being independent, us we working for the money, to making some money from welding and then using that money to multiply money, to invest in business ventures, to actually keep the money going, but you used it from welding. So you don't necessarily have to weld all the time, but in order to get the real money, you're not just going to be just burning the rod, And it is what it is, fam. I mean, you can make some good money working for others, making some decent money, but you're still going to have Uncle Sam in your pocket heavy, because as long as you working for the system, you get taxed differently than being any type of business owner. You know what I mean? So it'll be smart to at least get your LLC started, and then once you get bigger, start a corporation. You know what I mean? So it's different levels to it, but we have to just not think solely being independent. You know what I mean? But you want to get the skill. So that's why I promote welding, because the skill can actually get you six figures. It is a 6-figure skill. You know what I mean? It just depends on where you're located in America. You know what I mean? And right now, like I say, I'm in Arkansas. I'm in my home state at the moment, visiting, doing a couple things, and they got a couple great things going on in the Delta right now. So for those who in the Delta area, D-Shea County, Duna's got a couple things at Safe Hauling, so they hiring welders doing MIG welding. It's like, I think, post-MIG and doing some fabrication, assembly line type work. But they starting them out at $20 an hour. So right now they behind. So just think, if you starting out there, you can make $40,000 easy in a place where the cost of living is low. If you keep your cost of living low, see, a lot of times people in these areas, they'll get the money and they'll go hurry up and go buy an expensive car. Hurry up and try to go get this house. Hurry up and go try to buy this certain type of vacation, these luxury expenses, instead of just sacrificing a little bit, making the money, so that way they ain't constantly working for the money, man. That's where I think we go wrong at, fam. We get the bag, and we was never taught financial literacy, so I understand that, we don't understand that, how to save and how to cut it in half and then cut that in half. We don't get that. All we do is, we make 70, we make 100 and say, man, we'll save 10. You know what I'm saying? Instead of even saving a quarter or saving 50, then saving 75 of it, and living off a quarter. But we have to learn those type of things. And I think, welding is the best way, fam, because you can go to different places in the country and really make some good money and really get yourself in if you want to be, do shutdowns, employee, or, coming in doing turnaround, doing contract work. But you can get your feet in the door. So I love to say welding is a good way, but to get to the real money, fam, you're going to have to invest the money from welding. So just don't stay in the box and just say, hey, this is the only way I can see it. You're going to have to look outside of it in order to get some real money that won't be based on you solely working for it. So we have to learn how to allow our money to make us money, fam. You know what I mean? A lot of times, like I say, we don't really look at it that way, and we sure wasn't taught, coming from the hood. We wasn't taught how to do that. So, you know what I mean? We have to really fine tune our focus. Once we get it, I understand you're going to get a little money, you're going to blow it off, you don't know. We're going to make some bad decisions, man. In fact, especially if you never had it and you don't have no proper teachers or guides in your corner. 9 times out of 10, when you get a little money, you're going to mess it off. This is what it is, you know what I mean? Especially coming from our culture, we're gonna make a bad decision, a few. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times, like I say, these are things that wasn't taught to us. So, as I learned different things about financial literacy and about using your welding money to invest in products and investing in classes and courses and things that can embellish someone else, and looking for creating businesses that solve problems, you know what I mean? But using your welding money, you got to start from somewhere. You got to have a foundation. You got to have something you can fall back on. And I think that it's always going to be an asset. It's always going to be a need. They always need it. And right now, like I say, I think that coming into the year of 2023, things are finna get a little tight, fam. So, I think that having a skill like welding, having any type of skill, is going to make you an essential worker, so to speak, so you'll always be able to get the bag. But to get to the real money, fam, you're going to have to get the money from welding and invest that money. And that's how you're going to change the game. So I just want to go live. It's been a minute since I actually went live at night. And I had that on my mind about doing this. And so, I think that it's important that we use the money that we get from welding, invest that money to really get to the real money. You know what I mean? Because it's more than just welding, fam. We want to get the trade, we want to get the skill, and then we want to start a business. We want to create a product. We want to create something that doesn't necessarily tie up all of our time while we're working on it. That's the goal, fam. So, it's not going to come to you overnight, but it will come to you. So while you're welding and you're getting good at your trade, be thinking about what business venture you want to dive into, what kind of business you want to start from your welding, what kind of product you want to build from your welding. Then you might invest some money into something that has nothing to do with welding that might be feeding you. So there's more than one way to do this, fam. Just don't think inside the box, fam. Always think outside the box. HogOn, y'all be blessed. Black Kings.